Okay, update on the garage. Haven't made a whole lot of progress, a little bit. I'm cleaning it out again today. So here I go. Again, I moved from a huge house to a small house, or smaller house. And I've got an old 68 Mustang Fastback. That takes up most of the room, but still, I've got all this stuff that I'm gonna have to just get rid of. I mean, one thing I do is remodel houses, and I need a lot of this stuff, but I don't do it that much, so I'm gonna have to downsize all kinds of tools. Generators, a big car, a whole bunch of tools, ladders, floor jacks, a whole bunch of lawn equipment. Just too much stuff. So we'll see how it goes. Thanks. Over now. Okay. I got my Mustang out. I got my Mustang out, and this is what I'm dealing with. This is a 2-car garage. I put that up a few years ago. I want to continue it another 8 feet on that wall. There's my new water heater. I have my brackets. Angle brackets are a little bit bigger than what I wanted. I think they're 11 by 13. What I was using was, as you can see, a little smaller, but this is all they had, and it'll work. So I've marked my first line. I want to go above the outlet, and it's going to go something like this. I need to space them out, which I think I've got them spaced pretty good. I'm going to check and see. I'm going to have it attached here, and then 1 bracket, 2 bracket, and then a bracket on the end. That's going to be the end. I may run it further over the service panel up here later. So, like I said, this worked out pretty good, that shelving system. I'm going to carry it on along the wall, and I may even go over. It's going to be tight, but it'll fit in there, and I may go over my service panel. So the first thing I did was I marked out my line. I want it to be far enough above the outlet that it won't cause any issues. And I'm going to find the rest of my studs. That's where the brackets are going to go. I'm using the same type of bracket as these old ones, but they're a little longer. They're like, I think that's 11.5 inches, and I think that's 13 inches. That's all they had at the place I went to pick them up. And there's my shelving. That was $20 a piece. I bought 5 of them. That's 1 by 12 by 8. Same thing I used over here. I'm sure they were a lot less. That was a long time ago when I built that. I'm going to get the other brackets up, and we'll pick up from there. Okay, I could only get 1 up. 1 bracket. I'm going to wait until I get the first shelf, which is right there, and the this side up here, that's down there. I'm going to do just like that, and put up the 1 shelf and the side, and go from there. I think it'll be easier. And by the way, it's like 103 degrees. Very, very hot. So let's see. Okay, I have 2 shelves up now. I still have to add 1 or 2 more brackets, probably at least 1 more. I don't know, I might put in 2 more, depends. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 2 more to put up, and we'll see how it's going. So I've got these screwed in on the side, 3. I got it flush, just like these. It's level. This support, this is being supported by this base. Same thing I'm going to do over here. I only have 1 screw in there now. And so far it looks like it's going to work. So we'll pick up again probably after the next 2 are put in. Okay, there's all 4 shelves. I just have to put some more brackets in, some more screws. And what I did was, let's see, I'm putting in a screw right here, and then, about right there, because I can only get 1 in a stud. Something like that. If you can see that. And I got 3 screws each on the end, on both ends. And I'm probably going to end up putting another shelf there and there. Because it looks like that'd be a good thing to do. All right, so we'll pick it back up tomorrow. Over now. All right, I skipped a couple of days and I'm back on it. So what I'm doing now, putting in the rest of the screws. So I'm measuring where that screw was, and I put that screw over there, and now I just marked here 3.5. So make sure all my screws are in the center of the wood the best I can get them. That could have went a little bit higher, but as long as it's in there good enough. And I'll tighten up that gap a little bit. 3 screws should be fine. With my old one I only had 2, and it's lasted for a very, very, very long time. And as you can see now, that is pulled tight. So I want that flush. I want that as tight as it can be. There's my 3 screws, and you want to go just below the surface, just barely below the surface. That'll bring it in. That'll bring this in as much as possible without going too deep right here with this screw. You don't want to go in too deep. That could compromise. Well, that's pretty thick. You have to go pretty deep to compromise the connection. But just below the surface. Then if you want to, you can fill it in. I'm not going to do that, but if you want to fill it in to make it look better with some wood putty or something. And something else I'm doing after I measure, I can't do it because I have to hold the phone. I need to get me a phone stand or whatever you call it, so I can video some of this stuff and use 2 hands. But just kind of tap it in with the hammer, and makes it a lot easier to screw in. You don't really have to hold it with your hand. Now the screw's in there, and it's easier to screw in. You don't have to hold the screw also to get it started. And if you miss, if your screw is a little high or a little low, no problem. It might, oop, it might pop out some wood on top or below, but it's okay. Just move it up or down and try to get it, always try to get it like in the center if you can. And these are probably a little bit bigger screws than what I really need, but I had them. I didn't want to go buy some more. And let's see, it should work good. And the multitasker that I am, I'm also charging my motorcycle batteries. I've got a Yamaha 200 TW and a Honda 250. I bought me a battery tender. I got tired of having to charge the batteries. This is a battery tender junior, 12 volt. It charges slow, but I don't care. I just leave it overnight or all day. Works fine. Okay, what you want to do, if you can, is plug up your battery tender directly to an outlet if you can. I can't. I'm not close enough to an outlet, so I'm going to use a thick gauge extension cord. I'm going to hook it up, and then the last step would be to connect the battery tender to this end. All right, I've got it all hooked up, but I'm getting a flashing red, so I don't have something right, so let me check everything. Okay, so I'm hooking up the battery tender to my other motorcycle now, and I've got the red on the positive, and the black I'm going to put on the negative terminal. It's always better to put somewhere on the frame if you can, but this battery is not connected, so it's basically like it's sitting outside of the motorcycle. So let me hook it up and we'll see how we're doing. There's the battery tender. Okay, so it's hooked up to the battery. I got it hooked up to the battery tender right here, and I have a steady red light, which it means it's charging. So now we wait and get back on my shelves. There you go. So I put this up first, these brackets, and then when everything was against the wall, pretty much right where I need it to be, then I put up these 4 brackets, and next is these 4 brackets, and that will be it. And later on I may put another shelf on top, but I'm gonna have to start putting some of this stuff up. I got a leaking water heater, gonna have to replace that. I need that corner cleaned out. All right, that's it for now. Over and out.